Hey, welcome to my channel. I'm Elma. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. We're in my living room. There's natural light going, so we're gonna just sit back, relax, and just have a little makeup moment. This video is actually inspired by two Instagram makeup artists that I follow. I've really been into looking at makeup artists and researching their techniques, looking at the products they use and how they use the products. So this video is going to be a whole mood, a whole vibe, and I hope you're ready for it. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a little snack, grab yourself a little drink, and let's get into it. I gotta tell you something I could do. This look is actually, like I said, inspired from two Instagram makeup artists. The first one is Anya Mizalsik. I'm really bad at pronouncing and at getting names like that, and I'm sorry, but I'm gonna pop it up right here so you can see who I'm talking about. And the other one is Kelly Ledger, and yes, basically similar looks. And for that, I'm actually gonna be using, because I'm not really gonna be putting on as much foundation as I normally would, and so I'm gonna be going in with the Glam Glow Starter Mega Illuminating Moisturizer, and this one is in Sun Glow actually. And I'm just gonna put two dabs on the back of my hand. And what I like about this cream is it gives you a glow, but it also moisturizes your skin. And so that I don't look so casket ready, I suppose, I haven't really gone out yet to properly get a tan. The rest of my body is kind of tan, but my face is not, because the face is usually where the cleansing, all that, it doesn't stay as tan. And for that, I have a solution but without going into the sun, and that's the Debronzi Anti-Pollution Sunshine Drops. And basically it has a whole bunch of benefits in there, but I just use it as a face tanner that's not permanent. So I'm just gonna put on a small pump, and the color kind of looks wild, and it will look a little wild on the skin at first, but I just basically just mix them up together. It kind of looks wild, but what that does is that it really gives me a nice base for my skin, and I don't look so pale, and whatever I put on afterwards on top is gonna be fine, and it's not gonna look orangey like this or anything, but so that the base looks luminous and tanned and all that good stuff. Now that my skincare is just on my face, I'm gonna allow it to sink in, and we're gonna get into the brows. You guys know for a while now I've been growing out my brows, and I've really been enjoying the bushy brow, big brow, micro bladed brow look. That's why my brows are looking kind of crazy right now, but we're gonna tame all of that. And actually for that, we're gonna be using two different products on each brows, and I want to talk about them because you might be curious, and I'm here to quench that curiosity. It's the Major Brow by Patrick Ta versus the West Barn Co. Soap Brow, and these two products basically claim to do the same thing but at two different price tags. And oh guys, it's wild. I'll be telling you which one you should skip and which one you should totally get. So the first one we're going to be talking about, and it's actually the first one that I purchased even though it's new on the market, is the Patrick Ta Major Brow, and it comes in two different shades, a brown and a clear. I got mine in clear. I don't really like brow products that are meant to set your brows that are colored. The Major Brow retails for 29 Canadian dollars, and in this little container you are giving 5 grams of products. If you want, you can then go ahead and purchase the little double-ended spoolie that retails for 23 Canadian dollars, and it's the same color, like that rose gold. It's really cute honestly, but I must say this packaging is really cheap. On one side you kind of have a sort of flat brush to flatten the brow, and on the other side you have a spoolie that actually came straight, but I like to keep mine bent a little bit. This is the Patrick Ta one. I got it from Sephora. You can also buy it from actually, if you're in Canada, you cannot buy it from Patrick Ta because they don't ship to Canada, I think. Did I try and buy it and I saw it didn't ship to Canada? I think it was something like that. And so on the other hand, you have the West Barn Co. Soap Brow. This has been out for a bit. I want to say they're basically the first brand to my knowledge that made this, I guess, guess, readily available for everybody without like, oh, what soap should I use, da da da. And this is what it looks like. So retails for 18 Canadian dollars. I bought mine from Beauty Bay, and it comes with a spoolie, so you don't have to buy the spoolie, it just comes with it. It's a bamboo spoolie, and the packaging is actually like a tin packaging, which I really like. You have 25 grams of product in here. I know what you're saying, outrageous. Basically, on one hand, you have 52 Canadian dollars worth of product for 5 grams, and here you have 18 Canadian dollars worth of product plus a spoolie that comes with it for 25 grams. Outrageous. And let me just tell you right now, I prefer the soap brow. And you know, they both activate the same way with like some kind of like setting mist or water or whatever. I just use my Fix Plus and call it a day. So on this brow over here, I'm going to be using the Major Brow by Patrick Ta, and on this side I'm going to be using the Soap Brow by Westbourne Co. Let's get into it. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, but the Major Brow does come with a mirror, so maybe that's why the price is so outrageous, but still, I don't think, I would rather have no mirror and more product than a mirror and less product. Just setting it into place. The thing I would say with this product is that I've used both of them and I've made up my opinion about it, and I find that the thing with the Patrick Ta is like you don't want to spritz in too much product, because it's better than for it to be less wet than super wet, because it does take much more time to dry. And then I'm going to use the other side. I like this technique, I will say, and just like press them down. And now I'll just allow them to set, and they need, I wouldn't say much more time, but they definitely take a little while to set. So before you're putting any other product, allow them to just like chill for a bit. And the thing that's good with this product is like once you have, basically by the time you're done, it's like kind of dry again, so it's not like a whole mess. Also, I feel like this one is a little bit more, I guess, conditioning, but I don't necessarily like it because it makes it kind of like shiny and slippery. Now we're gonna go in with the soap brow, just a little spritz, and go in with your little spoolie. And this one I find doesn't get as wet, and I much prefer it. I'm gonna go in like that, and I find that the soap brow is actually more rigid, and I much prefer that to the Patrick Ta one. And I find that the soap brow stays in place way longer. And I find that, like, I don't know if it's the brush or what it is, but I find that the soap brow defines the brow way more and does a better job at like separating each brow. I don't know if you see that detail. If you're into big brows, you've come to the right place. Honestly, if there was a time for you to grow out your brows without the fear of being judged by everybody, this would be the time to do so, because you should still be social distancing. It's not over, and just grow out your brows. So this is what they both look like. Patrick Ta on one side, Westbourne Co on the other, and I find that the Westbourne Co is way more, it's more fluff, more rigid, and I actually like that because I feel like it's gonna stay in place. And now we're gonna finish up the brows, and for that I'm gonna be using the Benefit Precisely My Brow in number 4, and maybe go in afterwards with the Glossier Brow Flick. Back to the eyes later on, because this look is mostly about the face and like the skin looking beautiful and glowy and all that good stuff. And for that I'm gonna go in with a little tiny drop of my favorite foundation, which is the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. My shade is in Syracuse, and I'm just gonna use a like teeny amount of product because I want to really allow my skin to poke through. I have like a little, you know, something going on because it's that time of the month, but other than that, I feel like my skin is being pretty cooperative. So to that, I'm actually going to do like a sort of like glowing mixing concoction, and I'm going to add a couple of drops of my Freckles liquid glass serum. It's such a nice serum. It's one of those Freckles products that actually, in my opinion, work and that truly does something. And I got it in a small size because Freckles is like quite expensive and I wasn't sure I was gonna like it. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of my Infinity Glass by Linda Hellberg. This stuff is amazing. You can use it for a lot of things. You can use it on your lids, mix into your foundation. Like, it has many purposes, and this is not the only time I'll be using in this tutorial. So this is what it looks like, but it's gonna be really beautiful. I'm just mixing that up with my finger and just apply that. It's just disappearing into my skin. Like, I don't even think you can see that properly, but it's just there. I first start off with my brush, and I'm just gonna work it into my skin. It's just to unify everything. So I'm going in with a brush rather than a beauty sponge because I've already prepped my product so that it's not that full of a coverage, because this is actually like a medium to full coverage foundation usually, but still very like skin-like, and this is me just enhancing that skin-likeness to it. And look at that, it's just so pretty, and you can see that skin is just like peeking through really beautifully. You could work in the products with your fingers if you wish, but I'm more of a brush type of girl, and I really like this like small foundation brush. And that's one thing I've noticed with makeup artists is they use a lot of small brushes. They don't really go in with big fat brushes except for maybe like highlighters and stuff like that, or bronzer, and that to me is looking perfect. Like that concoction, life. I'm gonna go in with concealer. Usually I would use the Fenty concealer, the Pro Filter in 260, but Makeup Forever was really kind and they sent me their new matte velvet skin 24 hours. Personally, I did not like their matte velvet foundation. That was before I was even on their PR list, but I purchased it and I had not liked it. It was too heavy on my skin, and if you don't know, I have dry skin, so it wasn't really for me. But I don't mind a matte velvet concealer because usually under my eyes I like it to be not like flawless, but anyway, we'll see what this gives. And this is in the shade 3.6. It has a big doe foot applicator. I'm just gonna apply it here. Woo, that's light, but it has a nice yellow undertone, so we'll see. I'm just gonna apply a little here. I'm gonna go with this Sephora Airbrush Concealer number 57. This is my first time using it, so I like how blendable it is. I may have put too much on my chin. It has that Makeup Forever scent. I'm gonna go back with my foundation brush and blend all that out so it's seamless. That's a trick I got from Hindash. Him too, oh my god, his makeup is always so beautiful, and he always goes over stuff with like his foundation brush with residual foundation on it and just blend all that so it's not that crazy. Might go in with just a little bit here. The shade is good. I feel like for winter too it'll be okay. I'm gonna go in with my clean beauty sponge. This one is from Dose of Colors. I really like this sponge, and just make sure everything is one with the skin. I'm gonna lightly set my under eye, and for that I'm gonna be using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter setting powder, and I'm going in with this like really small brush, and we're gonna tap that into the skin. I mostly like to set the center of the face because that's where things break down for me. We're gonna move in with some bronzer, and for that I'm gonna be using the Fenty Cream Cheeks Out bronzer, and my shade is in 05 Teddy. I'm not totally convinced by this product yet, in all honesty. I'm still figuring it out. It's nice, the color is really nice. I'm just gonna go in again with a small brush and just apply that where it needs to. But it does blend in really nicely into the skin. There's no doubt about it. I do like using it with like a small brush like this. So I have more control over placement. And I'm using that bronzer kind of as a contour as well. And like, look at the side that's bronze versus not bronzed, bronze. I'm gonna go under here. Very lightly, and then the beauty sponge. Sure what blush I'm gonna go for. I'm probably gonna mix these two, and this is the Kaja cheek stamp, and this is in color Feisty, and the Glossier Cloud Paint in Storm. So I'm gonna do a little concoction, then I'm gonna go in with this Bristles Beauty brush. It's the F08AM. Bristles Beauty was actually really kind. They gave me a code. I get a commission on that code, full disclosure, but you get 15% off your purchase with elrose15. So if ever you wanna support a woman-owned brand, this is where it's at. So I'm just gonna go in just like that. And the reason I really love this kind of look is because of like the sweep over the nose that gives you that really youthful vibe. Over the nose, just like that. And like a little trail, keep it in the sun. And you're blushing because someone said something really cheeky. Then I'm gonna go in with the cheap stamp and just go in directly like that. I could use the stamp, but the makeup artists, they just kind of blend before they apply. Oof, nice. Apply the pinkiness. Think natural, think how you blush. I don't know why, but for a very long time I thought that I didn't blush because I'm mixed, but I do blush. Obviously it's not as obvious as a Caucasian person, but I do blush. Then tapping over like that. See, just that wash, so pretty. I'm kind of also setting the base for our freckles. I'm gonna set all that with a luminous setting powder, and it's the one from Jaclyn Hill, and it's the luminous powder in the shade Brilliant. And I really like this powder. Actually, it just gives you that flawless look. It sets everything in place, but you do not look dry, just look glowy. So what I like to do is go in with this brush and basically get some from the cap up there. The packaging on this is actually really good. And then this is a trick I got from a makeup artist here in Montreal, and just tap that so that the brush is, so that basically the product is in the brush, so that way when you're sweeping it over your face, it just like disperses product. So I'm just gonna set. And I remember when I got this color, at first I thought that it would be too dark for me, and I have this since my winter color. It's not for the under eye for sure, but like for the rest of the face, yes, it's perfect. I move in with the freckles. I'm gonna set my face a little bit, and for that I'm gonna be using the All Nighter Setting Spray by Urban Decay. Just spritz a little bit. Well, that's not really a little bit. The freckles, and that I feel like just makes the whole look like super summery and everything. And I have two products for you, Freck and Lime Crime. The Freck one is like super popular. This is actually the XL version, and I can't imagine the smaller version of this, but this is extortion. But I hear that it lasts super long. It just has one shade and apparently works for everybody, and it retails for $37.75. I got this off Beauty Bay. And the other one is from Lime Crime. I saw that they had like this freckle pen thing, and the Freck was always out of stock, so I got this. It retails for 25 Canadian dollars, and this is in the color Cocoa. It comes in two shades, Cocoa and Amber. Cocoa is the darkest shade, and the difference between the Freck and the Lime Crime is like the Lime Crime is actually, you know, like a Crayola pen that you get in school. The other one is like kind of like a brush application. So I'm going to be using both of them. We're going to go in with the Freckle pen first, and then I'll go in with the Freck. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I like the combination of both of them. The cocoa is a little bit more brown from lime crime, whereas the Freck comes up as red first and then sets into like this deep brown shade, which I find like the mix of the two is more natural because you have like more dimension to it. And I try to create like clusters and not make them even. Like some are a little bigger than the others, but I just really like how this looks. Now we're gonna go in with the highlighter. Oof, I'm so excited because I'm actually gonna be using this product from Linda Hellberg. This infinity glass is what pushed me actually to get on Beauty Bay to order this. It doesn't have like this greasy feel and it just stays in place and it's clear like that, and it's like not tacky or anything, and it's not disruptive, and it doesn't pick up product, and it's multifunctional. You can use it on your lids, you can use it as the base mixed in with your foundation, you can use it for a lot of things. When you want that really like glossy look that we're going to be going for, this is what that is. So I'm gonna apply some on the back of my hand and just like tap it to the high points of my face, and then go in with my highlighter so that everything just looks bomb. So I'm just gonna tap that there like that, and look at that. It's just oof. And the reason I did it over the freckles is because I really want my freckles to look natural, and I want to put the highlighter over the freckles and not like underneath, so it really does look nice and natural. Like look at that, it just looks wet. And I didn't use a lot, I just used it at the back of my hand like this and just apply. You can use it on its own and just let it be like this, but I want to be a little extra and add a little bit more glow, so I'm gonna go in with the Fenty Beauty Diamond Bomb 2, and it's the Halo at Me, and this is so pretty. Like I know it looks white in the pan, but it has like these really beautiful pinkish reflex that I think will go well with this. And I'm gonna be using this huge brush from Sephora, and it's the Demi Fan 72, so I'm just gonna go in like this. And one thing I love with this brush is like it just applies just like that. I'm just gonna tap it in there. Do you see that? Like it's a little glittery, but it's just so pretty. And the thing is, like, since it's with like this really huge brush, it's not very like, it's not super concentrated, and that's exactly what I want. To the eyes, and I'm first gonna start by prepping with my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Primer. I know y'all are tired of seeing this, but this is what I'm gonna be using. I'm gonna go in with the Huda Beauty Nude Obsession palette in medium. This to me, amazing. Again, we're gonna go in with this color over here and just wash that over my lids just to even everything out and add a little bit of dimension to it. Then Makeup Forever again were really kind, and they sent me these new Aqua Resist Smoky Shadow and Aqua Resist Color Pencil. This is what it looks like. There are a bunch of colors, but this Aqua Resist Smoky Shadow is in Earth, which is going to be perfect for this look, and this one is in Bronze. I don't really understand how this is bronze. It looks more like a green, but I'm not the one naming stuff. So I'm gonna go in with this one first. It's the first time I'm using it. Ooh, nice. And I'm just gonna apply that here. And I'm not really creating a wing, kind of, but not really. And I'm gonna go in with this pencil brush from MAC and smoke that out a little bit. It's really blendable. I like this. Ooh, the sun is really pretty. When it comes to Makeup Forever pencils, I find that they're really good at, their formula is always really nice. It doesn't dry out. It always is like pigmented, so I like this. And it's just like a rough little smoking. We don't want it to look too precise. I don't think I'm gonna use this color because this is okay for me. I am gonna go in with this apply some to the back of my hand, just a little bit, and just apply to the lid. It looks wet, just in the center like that. You could apply more, but I find that building it up to what you want is the best way to go about it. And I'm gonna go in with this color over here with that same brush. I'm gonna go with the Fenty. Set all that. Wet skin, wet lids, ugh, this is my jam. I'm gonna apply some of this Makeup Forever Artiste color in Infinite Sand 502 in my lower lash line. This is really just to open up the eye. I use a lot of Fenty products, but like Fenty, when it comes to like natural skin look but glam, they deliver. So the Fenty Beauty Full Frontal, I love the names as well, so cheeky. I'm gonna apply that. No lashes for this look, but we're just gonna wiggle. I'm gonna apply a little bit of mascara on my bottom lashes, and for that I'm gonna be using the Glossier Lash Slick. I've come to like this mascara especially for that because the bristles are really plastic brush, so it really does pick up everything just on the outside. So we're almost there. Now moving on to the lips, and I'm first gonna line my lips with the pencil called Whirl by MAC, and this is basically the shade of my lips. Do that bitten smudged look that I find is really pretty, and that's kind of what's going on here. Smudge out the edges. I'm just gonna use a little tiny amount of this Huda Beauty powder lipstick in the color Rendezvous. And I'm just gonna very lightly tap it in the center like that, and then with my finger, kind of blend out roughly. Not too precise, just to give it that you've been kissed kind of vibe. You know, like, I'm telling myself, you know, like when you're passionately kissing and your lips are kind of like pulsating from the kiss? That's the look we're going for. Lip gloss, I'm hesitating between this Buxom full-on plumping lip in the color Celeste and this Kosas oil, and it's in the color Jellyfish, and I think I'm gonna go with the Kosas because that's more the vibe, and it's just, oh yeah. So here's the finished look, and I'm in love. I'm gonna do my hair and I'll be right back. This is the finished look. I am so in love with this because it's like kind of like a no makeup but on summer steroids, because it's just giving you, I've been in the sun, I've, you know, I got that dew, I got that glow. Is it glow? Is it sweat? What is it? It's just beautiful, and this is what that is. If you think I did a good job at recreating these photos, comment below and tell me what you think about it. Anyway, I do hope you like this video. If you do, please give this video a thumbs up. To make sure that you don't miss out on my next upload, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Also hit that notification bell because you know that YouTube, it stays forever trifling, and I want you to know that I post once a week, so you don't want to miss out on that. Now that you've done that, you've probably seen that a couple of videos have popped up on the screen. Be sure to check them out because they're cool videos and I enjoy making them for you guys. So please check out those videos, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.